I believe that this is forever.
Hi everyone, Akwaba, welcome to my channel. My name is Nana Ashanti. If today is your first time on this channel, make sure you thumbs up this video, subscribe and share, because we're talking about dowries today on this wedding series. I don't even know what I'm going to call it, but we're doing a wedding series. All right, so I just got married, and there's some things that I found out I didn't know about. I thought would be really interesting to share with you guys, for those that are in Ghana, Ghanaians that are abroad, and for people that, just want to learn about Ghanaian culture, you want to move to Ghana, all that stuff. We're talking about what it takes traditionally to get married in Ghana. Let's do this. In my previous video about, my wedding dress, we had talked about how traditionally certain things have to be done in order for you to be married. Now, if you're Ghanaian and you were born outside the country, or you've lived outside the country for many years like I have, some of these things you never will know. I never knew about, like, maybe 90% of the things that happened during my wedding. I had no idea. Okay, so there are 3 ways actually to get married in Ghana. There's the marriage of ordinance, which is, I believe, under the government. And then there's the customary marriage, which we're going to talk about today, which is like the traditional. And they have the Islamic marriage for people of the for people of the Islamic faith. They also have their kinds of weddings. So what we're going to talk about today is the customary rights and the customary laws. Now, I am Sishi. I'm from the Western North region of Ghana, which is above the Ashanti region and also below the Bono Ahafo. Well, it's not even Bono Ahafo anymore. There's Bono and there's Ahafo now. So it's between them. Now, what that means is that we have a specific language that we speak, which is Sishi. I speak that language, and also that comes with its own rights. However, it mirrors the Akan traditional laws and rights and traditions. Like, Akan is Akan people. They constitute of so many different tribes and groups. There's the Ashanti that I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. It's called the Asante. The anglicized version is Ashanti, which my name is. But it's that. There's the Krapim, there's Fanti, there's like so many different places, so many different people in Zima. Everybody kind of falls. So majority of the people in Ghana kind of adhere to Akan like rights and traditions, but not everybody. I think I would go off and say maybe like 40-50% of the population in Ghana is kind of like have like ties to the Akan tradition some way, somehow. What happens is that a man has to show interest in the woman, right? You have to show interest in marrying the woman. And when that happens, he has to go see the family and do something called knocking, which means someone comes to your door and knocking on your door. I hear, like in Nigeria, because I know there are a lot of Nigerians too that come on this channel. I think for you guys, it's your introduction. You call that introduction. In Ghana, in Akan tradition, they call that the knocking. So he has to go and tell your family that, oh, there's a woman in this house that I would love to marry, and here's my family. We just want to come see you and say hi, and let you guys know that this is me. I have shown interest. Now, during that phase, they would then give him a list of items to bring to come and marry you. Getting married. I don't even know what the hell is going on, but okay. So anybody that asks me why is Nana assaulting us with a green liquor bottle, like this is like the traditional Ghanaian schnapps that are requested for when you are. Actually, I'm looking at it to see if it's Ghanaian. It's actually not Ghanaian. It's from Holland. I wonder where this tradition came from and why, if you're getting married, you have to present this to the family as some sort of like some sort of it's like a ring in a way. Like if you think about it, it's like a ring. Like, they buy like 2 bottles of these and you're supposed to present it to the family. The man's family is supposed to present it to the woman's family. And in case of divorce, the woman's family need to return these to the man. So this is what this is for. So we are gathering. As you can see, I'm a little tired. I'm actually a bit tired because we are 2 weeks away from this wedding, and there's so much to do. This room is a freaking mess. Personally, if you ask me, I think this is a really antiquated, outdated custom and tradition, because I kept asking my uncles, like, what is the purpose of this whole, like, what is it? And the recurring thing, everybody could tell me, like, oh, that's how it is. This is our culture. That's just what, like, what does it mean? Nobody really can tell me. So if you're here and you know what it means, all these customary rites, you know what each one means, please go ahead and write it. Not thing that you found from Wikipedia. I want to know exactly what these things mean. All the items on the list I'm about to say, I want you guys to tell me what it is, because nobody in my family could tell me what it is, but it still had to be provided. So I think in December of last year, Jeffrey went with his older brother to go see my parents to say hi to them, but that was not considered knocking. I found out in my culture, you actually don't do knocking. Shocker, right? You don't do knocking. You don't do knocking because some people kind of mistaking the introduction, the knocking, as marriage. And in my culture, that is not considered marriage. I guess in other people's, in Ghana, other ethnic groups might consider that like a form of marriage, but it's not. It's not. So my uncle said, we're not going to do that. We don't do that in our culture. So he was not allowed to do the knocking. The thing that he had to do was the actual traditional marriage. Here's how that one went. We got engaged, in January of 2022, and I told my dad. So my dad, called him. They had a conversation, and he gave him a list of items to buy. Now on this list was J.H. Hankins schnapps, which is like traditionally what you're supposed to offer to the bride's family. There were wax prints on it. There was money for my bride price. Oh my God, bride price. Okay, which is also known as the dowry, but bride price. And there was money that was supposed to be given to my brother. I'll explain that. And there was money that was supposed to be given to my mom, and then money that's supposed to be given to my dad. And then you're also supposed to buy my dad like cloth and like traditional slippers, and my mom like cloth, traditional slippers. You're supposed to buy a bunch of drinks. There's water, there's food, there's a few things that he had to buy in order for us to be traditionally married. Now, depending on what ethnic group you're from, your list might look different. I hear the Fanti list is a lot longer than the Ashanti list, which I don't know why. I don't know why any of these things are collected, but just for information's sake. Also, I hear sometimes in different ethnic groups in Ghana, you might be required to buy cows instead of like cash, or you have to give them the equivalent of what a cow will cost in cash. Now, personally, being a modern woman, why do you gotta pay bride price? Like, what is the bride price for? I don't understand why the bride price is in my pocket, but I don't understand why they had to pay bride price. Like, I still don't get it. I think that it's like the word itself, like paying for the bride, like, first of all, you can't buy me. Let's start right there. But I think if I had to justify it, it would be like a show of the man's ability to take care of the bride. You know what I mean? Because they asked for specific things, like, so Jeffrey was supposed to give me money to start a business, which he did. He's supposed to give me money for me to start a business, and it's actually like a requirement. You're supposed to set up like the woman to make sure that she's independent. I think now in our generation, probably not necessary, but it's always nice to have cash. I'm not going to say no to that, but I still don't get it. I still don't get why it is, but it's, that was what was done. So these things now in the morning were usually, like they said, traditionally back in the day, it was just like 2 schnapps and like a little food or something. And you just exchange, go to the woman's house, you give it to them, and then you take your wife home. It was very easy like that. But now it's been such a complicated process. In fact, some people have turned the traditional marriage into like a full-blown production. So during mine, what happened was we did a civil wedding in the morning, and we're going to talk about that also in the next video. But after that, we went to my family's house, because traditionally you're supposed to be in my father's house. So I went to my dad's house with my sister. My family were in there. We changed. I was locked in a door. I wasn't allowed to come out for like maybe 2 hours, like 2-3 hours, until Jeffrey's family all came in. They ate. They brought the dowry in. Everything was done, and apparently he told me they asked him questions about me, like, what's her name, what's her mom's name, what's her dad's name, where did she go to school, like that kind of thing, in order to like ask it, for him to tell them that he actually knows who it is and who he's here for. And then they called my brother and they gave my brother money. Jeffrey gave my brother money. The reason is that apparently my brother should have been protecting me my whole life, and so they're kind of giving him a token as a thank you for taking care of her until this age, which is funny because I'm older than my brother, so like I don't know what what that one was for, but apparently it's also that they call that akontasekan, which directly translates to the brother-in-law's sword, which means he should have been fighting people off with swords. And he wasn't doing that my whole life. Didn't know that. So, yeah. Next thing to do was for the family to bring in the dowry stuff. Now, my niece-in-law, Mandy's ushering agency, they have an agency where they do a service called dowry carrying. They carry the dowry on their head. They're dressed in all these traditional outfits. It's so gorgeous. And then they carry the dowry items. Some of the family members also carry the dowry items, and they bring them into my father's living room. So we're coming on a site survey, and just to coordinate and stuff. So everybody meet my coordinator.
Hello everyone.
What's your
This
name?
is Mandy. And I'm the CEO of Mandy's Ushering Agency. We usher and serve at events such as weddings, funerals, birthday parties, and so on. We are on Instagram as Mandy's Ushering Agency. Please contact us on 0557 336161. Mandy's Ushering Agency. Relax and let's take charge.
The idea is that we're just meeting for the first time, and they're coming there to set me up and then take me out. So there are things included in the list like cooking utensils, and which is like so highly unnecessary, but cooking utensils and knife sets and like so many other things that were included in there. And they sat that down and in front of my uncles. So my uncles, my aunts, my cousins, everybody was there. And then after they question this, do all of that, ask the family why they're here, then I can come out of the room. Now, I'd been standing for like 2 hours because I could not sit in that dress. That dress was beautiful, you guys. Again, ample for Ghana. She did that. Like, I did so many fittings. I couldn't sit. But after I lost that 11-12 pounds, I was able to fit easy into that dress. And so they brought me out. Now, I'm not supposed to come out alone, from what I realized. My cousins and some of like my employees, some of them are my friends now. So they came into the room and they got me and they brought me out there. I had to like do a little like parade. Like, Charlie, this thing was not easy. Like I had to do a little parade. I had to like go around the room so everybody could like admire me and do a little cute dance and stuff for everybody to say like, ooh, the bride is beautiful. And we were yelling and shouting, oh my God, she's so gorgeous. And this, apparently it's part of the culture. Like they're supposed to like admire you, make you feel like, anyway, it was working for me. I don't know what was going on, but it was great. And so after I do this whole walk through the hall, because it's supposed to be in the living room, right? We're doing the living room. I walked through the hall, and then one of my uncles like called me to come stand by him, and he was sitting there acting as the head of our family. So he sat there and then he asked me in our language, he asked me that, oh, this young man and his family are here and they want to marry you. Should we take the things? And I was like, yes, take the things. And he asked me again, because in Africa, in Ghana, I've seen other like Africans do that, but in order for a thing to be like solidified, you need to be asked 3 times. So they asked you 3 times and I said yes to that 3 times. And then he asked me in Tree, which is Jeffrey's language. He asked me that also 3 times and I said yes 3 times in Tree. And then from there, everybody can clap. And that means that the things have been accepted and the marriage is solidified, but not so fast. Because of modernization also, there's an element where we have to get a pastor, and because of like most Ghanaians are religious, they're religious. Most Ghanaians are religious, and about 70% claim to be Christian. So we had to get my family's pastor, to come and talk and preach. And it was really short though. He was like, this is the shortest engagement or traditional marriage I've ever seen in life. Like, it was really short. My family were really quiet. We're not really like loud people. So it was really short. It was really fast. And then Jeffrey had to give me a ring. So he gave me this ring, the smallest one. Usually people wear it in the Western world as a wedding band. But in Ghana tradition, like, this is like your traditional wedding band, and this is like your, this is not my engagement ring is different. So now I have 3 rings, if you can imagine. My engagement ring was different. This is my wedding band, and this is my traditional wedding band. So that's how that went. If you're a non-Ghanaian man marrying a Ghanaian woman, you are supposed to do this tradition, because I know a lot of you on here have interest in Ghana. That's why you're watching this channel, you're here. You have to do these rites depending on what her ethnic group is. You have to do according to their traditions. So you might find yourself buying cows, or you might find yourself doing it in this way that I do it. And I'm sure there are other cultures and traditions that also you have to do. I hear in some people's culture, you have to buy her like a sewing machine or like a sewing kit or something, which also has significance in a way. I don't know, but different things apply to different people is what I'm trying to say to you. This is considered under law as a legit form of marriage. If you have paid a dowry or bride price, it is considered by law as having married the person legally in a way. Like, it's considered marriage. It's not any less than any marriage. So some people just do that. They don't have any marriage certificate to show that you're actually married legally, but this is what they do. And some people do this and then go sign in the courtroom as well. Really depends on what you do. I did everything because I want to cover all the loopholes. Okay, I don't want to hear anything, because in traditional marriages like that, they also have their own rules. If you do decide to get divorced, you have to bring the items back to the man's family. For my dowry, I did not get cows, unfortunately. But what my dad did, which I hear is not really common, was that he collected all the money that was brought, his money, my mom's money, bride price, everybody's money, and he added it together and he gave it to me. So I gotta decide what I have to do with the money. Now, it isn't like a lot of money. I hear some people charge a lot of money, but it isn't really a lot of money. Like, it's like maybe the whole thing is probably like $400 or $500 equivalent. Yeah, it's probably like $400 or $500 equivalent. Really, it's not like a lot of money that would actually burn like a hole in your pocket or something. Some people do ask for a lot of money, which I just don't think it's a good idea to do that, because then again, it's called a bride price. If you charge a really high amount of money, people might think that they bought your daughter, and then that's not gonna go well. So yeah, I took that. It's nice to have. It's nice to do. It was really quiet. It was really nice. It was like, it's proper. It's like you know, sensible people came up with this whole wedding, my traditional marriage thing. It was really good. Anyways, so if you're enjoying these series, you're enjoying these videos that I'm putting out about everything you need to know about getting married in Ghana, make sure you thumbs up this video, subscribe, share, and leave a comment below if you have any idea, or maybe you've been married the traditional way so you know how it goes. Put it down. Whatever Ghanaian culture or like tradition, put it down. Whatever African, I actually want to know about other African countries. Like, what do you guys do when you get married traditionally? Like, I want to know. I've watched some South African ones with the Zulus. Oh, beautiful. Your songs are just like great. I've seen one from is it Lesotho? I watch all of that on TV, child. I was like researching like hell. It was really great. You guys have really great traditions out there. Share them in the comment section below. I want to know. Share it with all of us. I will see you guys here for our next installment of everything that happened at my wedding. See you guys later.